I feel like a gentleman is he walking around with us? You feel a gentleman walking around with
The
us?
one that I saw is just like he's up there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like following
Yeah, he
us.
says he's watching, but he started up there in that corner.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's the one that some kind of neck issue.
yeah.
He really got me at first.
Is this person in our group over there with the flashlight?
Guy?
Where?
I highly suggest it.
Right there.
We're blind.
Right there.
Yes, that's her husband.
Oh, duh. Okay. You guys are talking about a guy. I'm like,
Well, no, there's no spirit guy.
Spirit dude.
Yeah, he's been following us since we've started.
Yeah.
why? Who is that? I see a guy that almost looks like Charlie Chaplin. That's so weird.
One in Oklahoma.
I can't.
Just watching.
He has
He's just like,
He's just watching. He's not like he doesn't have any ill intent or anything.
no, he's just
watching.
seeing what the heck we're
Curious,
doing.
yeah.
Yeah. Why
Yeah,
are we?
he's just curious. So
Why are we walking in the dark? For one,
we're
and
talking
what
to
are we
people.
doing with all this
At
stuff?
night.
Yeah, I'll have to show you.
So yeah, he's been following us like throughout the whole thing. And I even heard him say something when we were over there by the other gentleman.
It's so
He-
sad that those
he was trying to
women
say
died
something.
pregnant.
That'd be interesting to see like how carved and all that.
Something like that. No, yeah, I'll have to send it to you guys sometime. It's
Yeah. When you think about it, send it my way. I love stuff like that. Thanks for doing that, Alex.
You rock.
Troy got the front one. You and I got the back one.
They just not want to take care of it. Is that what the deal
No, they're
is?
not.
or-
They don't want to use weed whackers between
Oh.
stones.
Okay.
It wears
And
down the stones, doesn't it, over time?
yep.
And to hand trim the weeds away would take a lot of time.
And
but every
they're
grade.
focusing on
Yeah.
irrigation right now. So
He almost lived 100 years.
I know.
Somebody just passed by.
Going that way.
I don't know. They,
There's been a
Went-
gentleman following
went
us, so
Yeah.
which means
he's been at the beginning. He started at the beginning, following us all around. So he's curious on what we're doing.
Yeah, I would be too if I was a ghost. Like, what are you doing? Do we want to move on to our next?
Well, you weren't here from Rose, so I didn't know you knew what they
Oh no, I could see the light pole through the signs up on
I mean, we can.
we're just visiting.
We can sit walking
chill.
that way.
Yeah.
More people should
Oh,
visit.
he's not got ill intentions or anything. He's just watching what we're doing. He's just seeing why is these goofballs walking around in the dark, and he's wondering what the heck. Oh, these are the babies. Oh, okay. Well, one baby.
Mother, father.
I guess somebody else is the caboose. Usually I'm the one behind.
Yeah, no, I'm really glad that we found as many cool stories as we have out here, especially one. Like, I think out of all our stories, Like she went to the next.
Yeah, but she moved on.
This is me. Sorry, y'all. We're chatting.
Go ahead and get closer to her.
Yeah, come gather over here. I put that there so no one trips over the red thing.
Oh, go ahead, yeah.
They were attracted to him. I used to be, and then we had a lot emotional stuff go on, and my stuff was kind of.
Now, here lies the founder of Union Colony. Come on in, don't be shy. Unless you don't want to come in, that's okay too. Oh, Nathan Meeker, what a life he lived, my goodness gracious. But you know what? Our story actually begins in New York, believe it or not. So what's the connection between New York and Greeley, Colorado? Well, in New York, there was a particular newspaper editor and politician, and all around just pretty political, pretty well-rehearsed man, and this was Mr. Horace Greeley. He was actually the founder of the New York Tribune, and he had a couple of associates who called into his office one day, and one of these men was our Nathan Meeker. Now, Horace Greeley goes, you know what, Nathan Meeker, I think that you should go out west, go build a colony, and use these 7 guiding principles to build your colony. Irrigation, faith, home, family, all that kind of stuff, agriculture, but make sure that temperance is at the forefront of your colony. And for those of you who might not be as familiar, wow, that's a wacky looking airplane. Sorry, squirrel.
Oh, God. Squirrel.
Oh, it's
She's so fun.
That's a big old plane really close to us. Now, anyway, sorry, Meeker, didn't mean to distract from your story here. So temperance. Temperance is the same as prohibition. No drinking allowed. And the theory here that Horace Greeley was trying to impart on Meeker was if you remove alcohol from the picture, everyone will come together in your colony and focus on the common good, focus on religion, focus on agriculture. So go west, Nathan Meeker, go west and build your colony. Now that's what Nathan Meeker did, and he came out here in 1870 and began to build Union Colony, which would of course later become Greeley. So there was all kinds of wacky stuff that happened when Meeker came here. For one, the townspeople of Greeley did not want to obey this temperance law. So guess what? They took matters into their own hands, and a gigantic network of tunnels was built beneath the Greeley surface. Now, these tunnels were built under the premise of being used for construction and just transporting goods and services around Greeley without disrupting the goings-on of town above. Now, the real reason the tunnels were built, though, was for bootlegging, was for drinking, was for sex workers to be transported without being seen. The tunnels were also used for drugs. Pretty much all of your wild craziness was happening in these tunnels. But again, those tunnels were built supposedly to just transport goods, but nah, certainly not. People were wanting to drink. Now, back to Horace Greeley. How often do you guys think that he visited our lovely city here that became named after him? Well, for a while it was thought that he never came here. Although recently I was doing some research and I found that he came to Greeley on one instance from New York, and Horace Greeley came up. It was October 12th of 1870, shortly after Meeker had come here and established things. And Greeley basically addressed his town and said, hey, you guys are doing great, make sure you don't drink, and then he was gone. He said, see you later. Now, ironically enough, 2 years after Horace Greeley addressed the town, P.T. Barnum, one of our city's founding fathers, the circus, I'm sure you guys have all heard of Barnum and Bailey Circus, 2 years later to the date, October 12th again of 1872, P.T. Barnum comes here and he says, hey everybody, make sure you don't drink. These guys were really, really into temperance. They seriously were. Now, Nathan Meeker's plan really, truly did in some ways fail because all the drinking was going on. Later on, prohibition would be lifted in Greeley. You could finally drink alcohol in 1970 after about 102 years of not being able to drink in this town. So finally it was lifted. Now, Nathan Meeker, though, let's get back to him. He was known to be a little bit angry in his life, and he is certainly thought to be angry in his death. Now, there's a reason, perhaps, for his anger. So Nathan Meeker was actually the Indian agent of the area. And what that means is this is a person who is appointed by the government and allowed to serve as a representative for the government and go interact with Native American tribes. So Meeker had this permission to go interact with Native Americans on behalf of the government. And let me tell you, that's where things went wrong. The Native Americans, there was a big clash, essentially, between the men and these tribes because the Native Americans had obviously already been here. They had been farming in their own way. They had been doing their thing. And they did not appreciate a bunch of guys coming into their territory and telling them what to do. There was this big massacre. It's called the White River Massacre. Maybe you guys have heard of it. Much life was lost. But one terrible thing that happened was that Nathan Meeker was actually taken by the tribe and he was tied by his own hair to a horse's tail. And the horse was then prompted to run, therefore stopping Nathan Meeker, and he died. It's no wonder that he has some anger and some rage to this day, even pretty tragic awful death. And his scalp, actually, nobody knows currently where Nathan Meeker's scalp is. How bizarre is that? For a while it was preserved in the Greenwood Mystery Museum, but since some laws have changed essentially regarding items that are pertinent to Native American history, and there's also been some laws that have changed in the museum as far as preserving human remains. And due to a couple of new laws, the scalp of Nathan Meeker got turned over to different hands, and nobody knows where it is currently. It's in limbo right now, but his whole body is not here. That scalp is missing. So in my opinion, people don't have a body all in one place. That makes for possibly a spirit that is not at rest. Now, there are many actual Meekers buried here. It's not just Nathan, but you can come up a little closer and see some writings on the grave. But we come here and just honor the founder of Greeley, Colorado. It's pretty big, incredible thing that he did. It's a wonderful family.
What in the heck is that?
Union colonies later became Greeley, and here we are today at our state going on a ghost tour. It's just pretty cool. It all really began right here with this gentleman. So, if you guys want to come in close, let's do some investigating. No, I didn't. This body is a little more this way. So this one's going to be a little more general area where he is buried in the flagpole. But again, there are multiple people. There's Armadillo here. It has oh, yes, wait, that's fine. Come on in, you guys. Let's investigate. This is the light off the spirit hall again.
Took a screenshot of it. I was like, oh my gosh. So he's really active here, right? Oh yeah. He would have much rather. I think one of the things he wanted was very no, his house is now a museum, but there's nothing. It's just his house. Like they even put like they still have his original furniture and everything. 'Cause his whole family basically we'll be doing investigations inside there soon, but we do them outside a lot. It's just that you can only have so many people inside that house. They're worried about like preserve ourselves.
Okay, Josephine. And we didn't know, like, I didn't know who was connected to you, and then we come here. I remember you saying. Because I know, I told you, I was like, do you guys know anything about a Josephine? I didn't know anything. I was like, I don't know.
And here we more about how you escaped and were able to save your father's family and stuff. Like, do you want us to know more that we may not know about your father's stuff, or how much of a bad you have a lot of stories yourself. You were able to survive for months and months on end in dead winter in the mountains.
By herself.
Yeah, by herself with these natives. Like, come on. You have some amazing stories. I'm sure you want to say something. Unless maybe Mary or George.
Can you guys light up the ball if you want me to put my spirit box out?
Come on.
There's some overdoses and I
Oh, that was so cool. It started going off. That was
Oh, I missed it.
yeah. That's really cute. That's a winter week. How did that happen a week ago? And then we come here and her name is on the third
I
screen.
had no idea there was a Josephine Meeker. This is news to me.
I never paused to read the name.
We've talked about her so many times.
I kind of read the writing, but I didn't actually.
Is Josephine here with us tonight?
Josephine. But it was a male saying it. Help me.
Mr. Meeker, are you here? Can't speak. Can't speak. Josephine, are you trying to talk with us? Yes.
I think they're trying to use the words.
Okay, they're trying to use us.
Oh, it's the tiniest one. It's a teaspoon.
Josephine, are we speaking with you?
It's not like they're
Oh.